Wait. Mags, you're telling me people say I'm feeling under the weather when they're sick? That makes no sense. Why not just say I'm sick? Are they standing in the rain or something?
Ha! That's exactly what I thought when I first heard it. And guess what? If you go to a doctor in an English-speaking country and just say, I feel bad, they might think you did something wrong, not that you're sick. Today we're going to teach you how to talk about your health in English without sounding like a robot or confusing everyone around you. Trust me, this will save you from some very awkward moments.
Stick around because we're giving you real conversations you can use at the gym, at the doctor, and even when your friend asks, How are you? And you actually want to tell them the truth.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to our videos. You're listening to Mr. Englishman. I'm Max, and with me here is the always amazing Lily.
Hello. So happy you're here today.
Today's topic is super important because, let's be honest, your health matters, right? And if you're living, traveling, or working in an English-speaking country, you need to know how to talk about your health clearly and naturally.
Exactly. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to describe how you feel, schedule a doctor's appointment, talk about exercise, and even give health advice to your friends, all in simple, natural English.
And don't worry, we're keeping it beginner-friendly. No complicated medical words, just real, everyday English that real people actually use.
Perfect. So, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, Max, let's start with the basics. Imagine someone asks you, How are you feeling today? What do most learners say?
They usually say, I'm fine, even when they're not fine. Or they say, I'm good, which is grammatically, well, let's just say native speakers will understand you, but it sounds a little off.
Right. The correct way is to say, I'm well or I'm doing well. But honestly, most native speakers also say, I'm good in casual conversation. So don't stress too much about it.
True, but here's the thing. Sometimes you're not feeling good. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you ate too much pizza last night.
Speaking from experience, Max?
Maybe. So let's learn some natural ways to say you don't feel great. Here we go. Number 1, I'm not feeling well.
Simple and clear. Repeat after me, everyone. I'm not feeling well.
Good. Number 2, I'm under the weather.
Yes, this is a super common idiom. It means you're feeling a little sick, but not seriously ill, like you have a cold or a headache.
Exactly. You wouldn't say, I'm under the weather if you broke your leg. That's too serious.
Right. So, I'm under the weather is for minor sickness. Try saying it. I'm under the weather.
Number 3, I feel terrible.
Or I feel awful. Both mean the same thing. You feel really bad.
And if you want to sound more dramatic, you can say, I feel like I got hit by a truck.
Ha, yes. But that's very informal. Only use it with friends.
Now, let's talk about specific problems. If your head hurts, you say, I have a headache.
If your stomach hurts, you say, I have a stomach ache.
If your throat hurts, you say, I have a sore throat.
Notice the pattern? For body parts, we say, I have a sore plus the body part. Sore means painful.
Try it. I have a sore back. I have a sore knee.
Perfect. Now, what if you're really sick? You can say, I feel awful. I think I have the flu.
Or I've been feeling sick all day.
Let's practice this together. Imagine you wake up and you don't feel good. What do you say? Try saying this out loud. I'm not feeling well. I have a headache and a sore throat.
Great. Now let's do a quick mini role play. Lily, you're feeling sick. I'll ask you how you are.
Okay.
Hey Lily, how are you today?
Honestly, I'm not feeling well. I think I'm under the weather.
Oh no, what's wrong?
I have a headache and I feel really tired.
You should rest. Do you want some tea?
That sounds great. Thank you.
See how natural that was? Now you try it. Pause the video and practice that conversation with a friend or even by yourself in the mirror.
Okay, next scenario. You're feeling really sick and you need to go to the doctor. But first, you need to make an appointment. This is super important.
Yes, and this can be scary if you've never done it in English before, but don't worry, we'll show you exactly what to say.
Let's imagine you're calling a doctor's office. The receptionist answers. Here's what she say. Hi, I'd like to make an appointment, please.
Simple, right? Repeat. I'd like to make an appointment, please.
Then the receptionist might ask, "What's the reason for your visit?"
You can say, I'm not feeling well. I have a fever and a cough.
Or, "I've been feeling sick for a few days."
They might also ask, when would you like to come in?
You can say, "As soon as possible, please." Or, "Do you have any availability this week?"
Let's practice this. Lily, you be the receptionist, I'll be the patient.
Okay. Ring ring. Hello, this is Dr. Smith's office. How can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment, please.
Sure. What's the reason for your visit?
I'm not feeling well. I've had a sore throat and a fever for 2 days.
I see. When would you like to come in?
As soon as possible, please.
We have an opening tomorrow at 10 a.m. Does that work for you?
Yes, that's perfect, thank you.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow. Feel better.
Did you hear that, everyone? That's a real phone conversation. Now you try it. Pretend you're calling the doctor. Say it out loud.
Okay, hold on. Before we continue, Max, I have to ask, what's the number one mistake learners make when talking to a doctor?
Oh, this is a big one. They say, I have pain in my stomach when they should say, my stomach hurts or I have a stomach ache.
Yes, saying "I have pain in" sounds too formal and a bit robotic. Most native speakers usually just say, "My head hurts" or "I have a headache."
Exactly. So remember, keep it simple and natural. My head hurts, my back hurts. Easy.
All right, let's keep going.
Now, let's talk about the fun part of health, exercise and staying healthy.
Yes, because health isn't just about being sick, it's also about feeling good, staying strong, and having energy.
Exactly. So, how do you talk about exercise in English? Let's start with common phrases.
If you go to the gym, you can say, "I work out at the gym."
Or, I exercise 3 times a week.
If you like running, you say, "I go running every morning."
Notice we say go running, not go to run. Same with swimming. I go swimming.
Right. And if you do yoga, you say, "I do yoga" or "I practice yoga."
Now, what if someone asks, do you work out? And you don't, you can say, not really, but I walk a lot.
Or you can say, "I try to stay active, but I don't go to the gym."
Honesty is good. You don't have to pretend you're a gym fanatic.
Huh, true. Now let's talk about healthy habits. If you want to say you eat well, you say, "I try to eat healthy" or "I eat a balanced diet."
And if you're trying to improve, you can say, I'm trying to eat more vegetables or I'm cutting down on sugar.
Cutting down means reducing. It's a great phrase. Try it. "I'm cutting down on coffee."
Or I'm cutting down on junk food.
Perfect. Now let's do a quick role play. Max, ask me about my exercise routine.
Okay. Lily, do you work out?
Yes, I go running 3 times a week and I do yoga on the weekends.
That's impressive. Do you eat healthy too?
I try. I eat a lot of vegetables and I'm cutting down on sugar.
That's great. I should do that too.
You should. See, everyone? That's a natural conversation. Now you try. Pause and answer this question out loud. Do you work out?
All right, everyone, it's time for a challenge. We're going to give you a situation and you have to say what you would say. Ready?
Situation 1, you're at the gym. Someone asks, "How often do you work out?" What do you say? Think about it. Okay, here's an example. "I work out 4 times a week."
Good. Situation 2. You're at a cafe with a friend. They ask, how are you feeling today? But you're actually tired. What would you say?
Example, "I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay."
Nice. Situation 3. You're at the doctor's office. The doctor asks, what seems to be the problem? You have a bad cough. What would you say?
Example, "I've had a bad cough for 3 days and my throat hurts."
Excellent. Did you try all 3? If not, pause and practice them now.
Okay, last section. Let's talk about giving health advice in English.
This is super useful because your friends might ask you for advice, or you might want to help someone who's feeling sick.
Right. So the most common way to give advice is to use should. For example, "You should drink more water."
Or you should get some rest.
You can also say, "Why don't you?" For example, "Why don't you take a day off?"
Or why don't you see a doctor?
Another way is to say, "Maybe you could try exercising more."
These all sound friendly and helpful, not bossy.
Exactly. Now, what if someone gives you advice? How do you respond?
You can say, that's a good idea. I'll try that.
Or, "Thanks for the advice. I appreciate it."
Let's practice. Lily, you pretend you have a headache.
Okay. "Oh, Max, I have such a bad headache."
Oh no, you should drink some water and rest for a bit.
That's a good idea. Thanks.
Also, why don't you turn off your phone? The screen might be making it worse.
You're right. I'll do that.
See? Simple, natural, and helpful. Now you try. Give advice to a friend who says, I'm so tired all the time. Pause and say your advice out loud.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We're about to give you a quick summary of everything, plus a bonus tip that most learners don't know.
You don't want to miss this.
All right, let's recap. Here are the 5 most important things from today's lesson.
Number 1, when someone asks how you feel, you can say, I'm well, I'm not feeling well, or I'm under the weather.
Number 2, to describe pain, say, my head hurts or I have a headache. Keep it simple.
Number 3, to make a doctor's appointment, say, I'd like to make an appointment, please, and explain your symptoms clearly.
Number 4, to talk about exercise, use phrases like I work out, I go running, or I do yoga.
Number 5, to give advice, say, you should, or why don't you, and always be kind and helpful.
Those 5 things will help you talk about health like a native speaker.
Great job today, everyone. You now have the tools to talk about your health in English confidently and naturally.
And remember, practice makes perfect. Try using these phrases this week. Go to the mirror and pretend you're talking to a doctor. It might feel silly, but it works.
Absolutely. And here's your bonus tip. Native speakers often say, take care when they say goodbye to someone who's not feeling well. It's a warm, caring way to end a conversation.
So sweet. Okay, everyone, we want to hear from you. Which phrase are you going to use first? Tell us in the comments.
And if you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up and share it with a friend who's learning English.
Next time, we're going to teach you how to talk about your feelings and emotions in English. And trust me, it's going to be amazing.
Until then, stay healthy, keep practicing, and remember,
You're doing great.
take care, everyone.
Bye.